accurate communication. You have to be able to tell him exactly what you like, instant that he does it. Examples of bad timing with positive reinforcement: the dog goes outside and pees. You tell him, oh, you're a good dog. Come back inside and give him cookies. Now, which do you think he likes better? Oh, you're a good dog, or getting cookies? Okay,
Cookies.
so pretty soon you take your dog outside to pee. He could care less about that. He's dragging you back in the door to get cookies. So in your mind, human logic says I'm rewarding him for peeing outside. In his mind, I got nothing for peeing outside. I got rewards for coming in. So pretty soon he doesn't want to go outside to pee anymore. People tell me this all the time. Well, my dog used to go outside to pee, but now he won't go outside to pee. He just drags me back in the door, and they don't understand why. Okay, so that's an example of bad timing. Positive reinforcement creates an affinity for a behavior. I love this behavior. I want to do this behavior. I can't live without this behavior. What most people use instead of positive reinforcement, though, is bribery. Bribery is not what you're doing, it's when you're doing it. It's like saying to your child, if you'll be good, I will take you to McDonald's. Basically, that's an open invitation to the child or to the dog to be extremely bad, makes mom pull her hair out and go, if you'll just be good, I'll take you to McDonald's. Dogs do the same thing. They're in the backyard chasing a squirrel, digging a hole. They're busy. You call them, they don't come. You're in a hurry, you have to leave. The dog goes, or you can't get the dog in, so you get desperate. You go get a box of cookies, rattle it. The dog comes immediately, gets a cookie. A few repetitions of this, dog's not stupid. He says, if I come, I get stuck in a cage and they leave. If I don't come, they'll get desperate, rattle a box of cookies. I get all kinds of attention. Very quickly, the dog will not come unless he's bribed. So bribery is a very slippery slope. It starts out with well-meaning. I use bribery to get puppies going to crate for the first time.
Right.
I use bribery to do all kinds of things in the beginning. But then I very, very quickly switched to reinforcement training, which says you have to do the behavior first. Then I will reward you. Sometimes. Variable schedule reinforcement is like gambling. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't win. That's what keeps it exciting. The variable schedule reinforcement allows you to pick and choose. You're the driver, operant conditioning, right? You operate this process. You're in charge. This time you came, too slow, no treat. This time you came, a little bit better. Here's the treat. This time you come, a lot better. Here's a jackpot.
Yeah.
You're in charge because of the random schedule of reinforcement. If you reinforce every time the dog comes, he will start coming slower and slower and slower to see how slow can I come and still get rewarded. Neither one of you work with state, do you?
No.
Okay? Fixed schedule of reinforcement. You can't get fired unless you axe murder somebody, and even then it's questionable. Okay? So there's no motivation to work any harder. You're not going to get a promotion. There's no motivation to, there's no checks and balances there. So a fixed schedule of reinforcement where you're going to get paid the same amount of money no matter what is a motivation killer. When you reward a dog every time he comes, he's going to start coming slower and slower, and you're going to have to beg more and more and more. Random schedule of reinforcement with intermittent jackpots, it's going to start coming faster and faster because you're picking, you're choosing, and you're letting this level of reward slowly get higher. So you start off with, if he comes at all, he's getting a cookie. Then sometimes you get a cookie, sometimes you don't, and then you start picking. This one's a little faster, this one's a little faster. And you very slowly raise the bar, but you must raise the bar. The reason most dogs aren't very good at obedience is owners expect very little. You read my blog about expectations. What you expect, that's what you get. Okay? People treat you the way you let them treat you. Dogs treat you the way you let them treat you. So you must have an expectation, a goal, and be slowly moving towards them. If you don't have a goal, you don't have an expectation, you're not going to move towards it. It's like teaching a horse to jump a 6-foot fence. You go out in the pasture, you get your horse, you bring him into the training arena, you bring him to a 6-foot fence, and go jump. It's not going to be very much of a very fun lesson. The horse is going to crash, he's never going to want to jump. So you don't start with this high expectation, but you do have that expectation that the horse is going to jump a 6-foot fence. Start with a little pole on the ground, he goes over that, then a little higher, then a little higher. Once he's consistently jumping, you raise it a little more, you'll get to the 6-foot fence. Same with a dog. You pick your goal, you know in your mind what it is that you want, and you move up slowly but surely towards that goal. So positive reinforcement creates an affinity. Two things that are going to make positive reinforcement work. Accurate communication. Have to condition the sound to mean something. That's it. What I use is much more effective than Good Dog, because Good Dog is used by everyone who comes in contact with him. It's boring. Good dog. Ugh. It's too slow, too drags out. That's it. Happy tone, quick and sharp. Same as people use your clickers in, early beginning shaping training. Click. It's a very motivating, happy sound. If you want a horse to move, what do? If you want a yak to move in Yakville, wherever they have yaks, it's a happy clicking sound. If you want them to slow down and do something slow, you go, ugh, whoa. Those are slowing, calming sounds. We use those, but not for, yeah, you did it right. Okay? So good dog means I like you, you're a good dog, I use it all the time, but it doesn't mean, yes, you did it right, keep doing it. That's it. Happy tone. A clicker in certain situations for the dog his age can be effective. Depends on how well you condition. I'm sure there's a lot of sounds that he's got that mean I'm fixing to get something good, like rattling the bag of food, opening the refrigerator, opening certain doors in the kitchen gets him excited. Those are conditioned reinforcers. Not usable though for training. You need to condition ones that are usable. Either the click or your voice associated with the arrival of anything pleasant. Before I threw that ball, I'd go, that's it. Okay? Pretty soon when you go, that's it, he's going to, where's the ball? He's going to get happy. Later when he does the behavior you like, makes eye contact, that's it. It will be reinforced. So timing, communication. So positive reinforcement versus bribery, we talked about. You understand not to use bribery, positive reinforcement, well time says, yes, you did it right, keep doing it. Variable schedule reinforcement, random reinforcements, jackpots, drives behavior. Negative reinforcement creates an avoidance of the behavior. I hate that behavior. That's the most awful behavior. I don't want to do that behavior.